products that I'm using as I go. Love this, but it's kind of like not as convenient as far as travel. So I would get like a smaller bag. I don't really have that many steps in my routine to acquire that big of a bag to go traveling. So I mean, it's kind of OD, but I overpack anyways. So I'm just going to show you guys my products as I go. So the first thing that I'm going to start with is the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. I've been having this tube for I don't know how long. This is about how much I use. And then I just put it on my face and my eyes. I don't really put much on my forehead, especially when I have like wigs on, but I really just put makeup here and then I contour here. So I really don't need much as far as my forehead. Tip number 1, know where you are going. What event are you going to? Are you going to an inside event? Are you going to an outside event? Are there going to be fluorescent lights there, or are you going to be outside and do you need more like neutral tones? What are your undertones? My undertones are kind of like yellow, a little teensy bit of red, but that's just things that you have to ask yourself. And do not be hesitant to ask the people at the makeup store either. They are there to help you. But let's say if we're going to an outside event like a picnic or a barbecue or something like that, don't do full coverage foundation and all that stuff. Maybe do like a skin tint or like a sunscreen with the skin tint in there, because if you're like me and you go to outdoor events, you get oily and it's going to look like your face is melting. Less is more. But let's say if you're going to like an indoor event, prom, then that's when you can go in with a little bit more, because 1, the lights are most likely going to be white. 2, it's not going to be the sun making you a bit more yellow. So this is the first thing that I'm going to go in with. This is the Best Skin Ever concealer by Sephora. This is in shade 34.5 and it's a neutral tone. I got this a while ago, but they matched me and it's pretty much a perfect match. So I just go in and I basically correct all my discoloration. And then I also do under my eyes, right there. Same on the other side. And then I do lift a little bit over here. I'm trying to be careful because I don't really want to get it in my hair. Do a little lift on my eyes. Make sure I put some on my nose because that'll help with contour later. Then I go in, I don't remember what the sponge is called, but this is from Real Techniques. And I turn my water on, make sure the sponge is completely wet, and then I wring it out to make sure it's damp. I take the cornered edge and I start to dab in that product. The key to your signature soft beat or your everyday makeup look is doing what works for your face. What works for your face may not work for my face or the look that I'm going for. Everybody is different. You just have to keep trying. Eventually you will get it. I still haven't mastered what I want my look to look like. I don't do my eyebrows simply because I cannot do them. Like, I cannot do eyebrows, so I just stopped doing them. When I have too much product, I use the other side and I kind of like pick up some of that product off my face. I make sure everything is blended out and those spots that I especially corrected are covered. I prefer to use a liquid blush and then at the end go in with a powder blush, or really I use eyeshadow. Use what you got. The blush that I have that I'm gonna go in with today is the liquid blush by LA Girl in the shade Kiss Up. A little goes a long freaking way. For this to be LA Girl, like, it's really pigmented. That's why I put it on before I put my second concealer under my eye. Like, I go in with the sponge that I'm not using for my concealer, because if you do that, you will mess up your entire face. I've done it before. So putting that around, I just make sure to go up to my cheekbone and then back and forth to where I'm going to conceal right there later. It may not look as pigmented as I made it sound, but I always do both sides before I add more, because one side usually be too much and it seemed like it's always this side. And then I take any extra product that was from over here and put it over here. I usually go in and just kind of straighten out my brows with this brow gel by NYX. It's clear. Since I can't do my brows, I just kind of like draw them up, lay them down. If I have a wig, I'll go over them with mascara, because usually my brows are a little lighter than my hair. But if it's just my natural hair, I'll leave them alone. I'm gonna go in with a second concealer. This is the 16-hour camo concealer. Just basically go in with this to do like a light under eye and then kind of help contour on my nose, and I go in my eye corner, just the same spots that I put before, but a little lighter this time because there's not much to kind of cover now, because it's already covered with the first foundation. So I'm going with that same sponge, and I just blend that all out over the blush as well. And I'll make sure to go up eye to give my eye kind of like a smize look, you know. And I love this sponge because it is huge. She does what she needs. How that is, like, it just gives the under eye a kind of bright look. Do the same to the other side and my chin. Okay, y'all, we are back. My SD card was full, yeah, with stuff that I never put out, so I had to delete stuff from 2 years ago that I'm never gonna put out. The second to last thing that I do, I go in with my waterproof liquid liner, and I go and I fill in my beauty marks. This is by Wet n Wild. She's a pen, which I like. I'm gonna go in on this big ass thing. I don't feel like I should have put something right there. Like, it just made it look a little bit bigger. Like, ugh, I hate that. And I just kind of fill in like imperfections. Like if I have a little bump or like a little pimple or something, I'll just go and I'll fill that in with my liquid liner. I see, but it turns pimples into popping, period. Thing that I do is I go in with my eyelash curler, the scariest thing, and I go in and I curl my lashes. I'm not a lash girly, a lash extension or like a falsies girly no more, because I was too reliant on lashes to make me feel pretty. So I just felt like I just needed to take a break. Last thing that I do is I go in with this Wet n Wild Mega Volume mascara. This is not my go-to. I usually do elf mascara. It was $7. It makes my lashes look so long, but this is what we have today. It still works. Do the bottom as well. This is a step that you have to do last. Like, I tried to do it before I put concealer under my eyes because I wasn't going to do like makeup that day for real. I mean, I got concealer all in the mascara. See, like, it just doesn't do justice like the elf one. Yeah, it looks so clunky. Oh my god. And I just feel like the wand is huge. Like, it just be too dark or something. Like, I don't know. I'm just touching up a little bit of blush because I don't feel like I really have much on, and blush literally makes the look. That was my go-to affordable bead. Thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.